Get to $30,000 a month with our new brand, JDB & Co.
We are going to talk Facebook ads today and how I set them up. And we made $679,000 from that one campaign. And I have all three of these campaigns running at the same time because they each play into the next one.
The mission, get to $30,000 a month with our new brand, JDB & Co. We sell all natural products for skincare and toothpaste. We just launched a couple weeks ago. We have sales a little over $300. And what's cool is we just had our first reorder from one of our first customers. Today is Tuesday, and this week we are focusing all on marketing and sales. Hey, if you're just tuning in, I'm Greg Dawson, and I have made millions for my clients over the last 20 years in digital marketing. And I want to take all the knowledge that I've built over the years with email marketing, social media ads, copywriting, and work towards building our brand so we can put the money in our pockets. If you're an aspiring brand owner or you have a brand that you've already launched, I want to help you. So I'm packing these videos full of knowledge from all that digital marketing experience so that you can put more money in your pocket too. If that's you, give me a like and subscribe, and let's get on with the video.
We are going to talk Facebook ads today and how I set them up, how they're not always profitable to begin with, but how you adjust things and then get them within KPI and scale. Here's an example of a client that I did high ticket sales for, specifically with Facebook and Instagram ads. Now, this is obviously high ticket sales. It's not e-commerce, but I do have an example of that. But I want to show you what's possible. Each one of their sales was worth several $1,000s, and this is where our money was made. We had 194 purchases at $27.22 CPA. That's cost per purchase. And we made $679,000 from that one campaign. $287,000 from this one campaign, $171 from this one, $161. So this client was super profitable. And I run all of my campaigns the exact same way. I'm going to show you who I target, how I target them, and I want you to use it in your Facebook ads or Instagram ads. Here's an e-commerce one, and I want to show you this specific thing, cost per purchase. With all e-commerce, most of the time your margins are going to be a lot smaller, but we're going to talk about that. And I was able, for this one particular client, this is just 1 month, 407 purchases at $3.81 per purchase, and then 99 purchases at $3.76 per purchase. And this was a client for like 3 years. We did very well. I had over 10,000 purchases for them, and we averaged under $5 per purchase, which was awesome. Now let's go into the audiences that I target, how I set it up, and why you need to set it up this way. There are only 3 audiences that I target. C for cold audience, W for warm audience, H for hot audience. If you are an e-commerce brand and you have a bunch of purchases already, at least 1,000, it's going to be much easier for you to set this up. If you're not, it's okay. I'm going to give you some tips. This hot audience is just people who have initiated checkout or have added to cart within the last 7 days. This warm audience are website visitors for the last 30 days. This cold audience is a lookalike audience based off the people who have purchased. If you don't have a bunch of purchases, just think of this cold audience of people that have interests in similar things that are close to your industry, close to your product. If you're in the fishing industry and you sell fishing poles, you're going to target people who are interested in fishing. And I have all 3 of these campaigns running at the same time because they each play into the next one. So the cold audience is targeting people who don't know you, and you're looking to warm up so that they start to know you, they start to like you, and eventually they trust you and they purchase. This warm audience, same thing. You're retargeting people who you've spent money, time, and effort to get over to your website, but who haven't purchased. You're spending money on them to help them along their journey to the ultimate conversion, which is the purchase. And the hot audience is targeting the add to cart, the initiate checkout, but they didn't purchase. Their intent was to purchase. Maybe their kid was crying in the background. Maybe their boss called. Maybe something came up and they just didn't purchase. And the amount it costs you to acquire a customer in each one of these stages should get progressively lower because your cold audience is where you're spending most of your money, and that's going to be your most expensive way to acquire a customer. Your warm audience, they've either found you organically, they've found you from a social media post, or they were initially in your cold audience and now they're within your website audience. And that's important to note. The cold audience is literally just targeting people who've never seen you, have never interacted with you, and who have never been to your website. Once they have interacted with you, once they have been to your website, you exclude them from this audience, and now they're in your warm audience. And they have one of three things that's going to happen. One, they just purchase right away. Two, they initiate checkout or add a cart, and they just don't purchase right away. And then three, they don't purchase, they don't check out, and they're put right back into this audience, and they're targeted again to get back into there. And that's why you set it for like the last 30 days, because if they haven't visited your website in the last 30 days, we don't want to keep targeting them over and over and over. Cold audience feeds into the warm audience, and the same thing here. The warm audience feeds into the hot audience. How much does it cost to acquire a customer? That's KPIs. That's our key performance indicator. And how do you figure that out? We go to COGS, your cost of goods. How much did your product cost to make? Let's just say it cost $20. All in. If you don't charge for shipping, you got to include shipping in this. But let's just say shipping and cost of goods is within that $20. And you sell it for $50, and so you have a difference of $30. That's your margin. You can spend up to $30 to acquire that customer, and you'll break even. The most important number after that is your LTV. This is your lifetime value of that customer. If you're just starting out, you're probably not going to know this, but if you've been doing this for a bit, you know about how many times a person purchases before. And I'll give you an example. If you have a product that is reusable, obviously you're not going to sell the same thing to the same person over and over again. If it's something that, like a jacket, you're going to buy one jacket, right, for the next 3 years. But if you have something consumable, which is what we have lotion that you use and it runs out, so you got to purchase again. And most likely that person is going to purchase 2 to 3 times more over the next several months, depending on how long it takes them to use up whatever you sell them. And if they do purchase 3 times over the next several months, 3 times the difference in cost, 3 times 30 is $90. So technically, I have $90 to spend to acquire a customer and break even. Now, do I want it to be up to $90? No. I want it to be under $30. I make $60 on that customer, and then I use that $60 to acquire more customers. That's why it's so important to know these numbers. When you have a difference of $60 in the positive, you are making money as you acquire customers. You take that difference and you reinvest it to get more clients, and you are literally getting customers for free. Hopefully that's making sense and you're getting a little bit of an aha moment. If you are running a campaign and you know that you can spend up to $30, but all of a sudden your ads are producing subpar results and it's costing you $50 or $60 to acquire a customer, and your lifetime value is maybe only $50, you're losing money. You want to shut that down. Something's wrong with your copy, something's wrong with your video, your image, something's wrong. All right, at this point, I'm just going to stop right there. And this is a lot of information and it's a big concept to kind of understand. So what questions do you have? Throw them in the comments below and I would love to answer them. And again, thank you so much for watching these videos. I really appreciate it. It's been fun seeing the amount of people that have been liking and subscribing and asking questions. I love it. It keeps me going. It keeps me motivated and I really appreciate it. Ultimately, like, I'm building our brand and I'm putting my 20 years of marketing experience into our brand. And I want to help not only put money in my pocket, but I want to help put money in your pocket too. So the more questions you ask, the more answers and examples that I can give, and the more I can help you out. Now it's time to go over our sales from yesterday in Shopify, which there were none. However, we did get a few more people to the online store. 340 people have been to the store. We have total sales of $329.15. Total orders of 14, and our conversion rate is 3.53%. I want to show you something of why I'm super hopeful of what's going on. Now, a lot of our social media posts are getting a couple likes here and there. Some of them, this one, I was going back and forth with this person and we had 8 comments going on here. So you would think that this piece of content isn't really doing anything. But check this out. If I look at the insights, there were 431 plays. It reached 254 people. This is why it's also really important to have your Facebook ads set up so you have your pixel gathering data. Data is the backbone of any long-term success that you're going to have with your brand. All right, now I'm really done. See you in the next video.